go.
Okay.
Looking fine as always.
Me or you?
Me, of course.
Oh.
Just kidding, both of us. It's recording already. We're live.
Is it?
I'm over here trying to push the record button. No wonder you were styling over there.
I didn't even realize.
Welcome back
That
to
was
the
so
show.
bright.
Thank you all for joining us.
Is that fine?
I hope that you're enjoying the day as much as we are. I mean, you better be, because YOLO, you only got one life to live. We're all just trying this thing out, and we only get one chance. So you need to be enjoying life. Everybody out there, like, seriously, right?
Mm-hmm.
Be enjoying life, because once it's done, and look, it's not your job that matters. It's not your career that matters. It's not people's opinions, friends, whoever they care, family, doesn't even matter. What matters is you and what makes you happy. And as long as that thing that makes you happy does not cause harm to yourself or others, right?
Yeah.
Then just enjoy life. I know that's not what you guys tuned in to watch today. That's not the topic of the day, is it?
What's the topic of the day? I don't know.
We were talking about, you were telling me how you used to be embarrassed to talk about what health type that you were on public health insurance.
Yeah, no, because it's like, I think I just, this is like a mindset that I grew up with. Anytime you need help from someone, or even we had to sign up for, like, if we signed up for a government program for something,
Welfare.
Anything like that. Or like when I was a kid, for our health insurance, because my dad never had, my dad had a business, and he wasn't an employee, so we didn't have like fancy insurance. We had to go out and buy our own. And so there was this program called Healthy Families, health insurance that you get from the school. Obviously, it's a public school, so it's going to be subsidized by the government, but they take your income in consideration, and then they figure out like a good premium for you and
your parents' income, that is.
Yeah, your parents' income. Obviously, I'm a child at the time. I don't have income. No, but yeah, they look at your parents' income. Obviously, my dad had a business. He, on his tax returns, he wants to make it look like he's dirt poor, like he's at a loss every year, so he doesn't owe anything.
It's
obviously,
smart.
that's what you do. Well, on paper, we're so poor. So we always went through the Healthy Family program and, paid whatever really, really low price they charge for health insurance.
Was that just California state, or was that federal?
I think it's California.
Okay.
Because it's probably something different in every other state.
California state subsidized health coverage.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we always did that. But my dad told us, always made sure that we don't tell anyone that we use the school's health insurance.
Nah, he didn't tell you guys not.
He would he legit, he would do that. Or if we, and just because we qualify for that, then they automatically give you free lunch at school. My dad was like, no one will ever know we have free lunch.
I like the way
no one.
He was like, killing two birds with one stone.
Exactly.
He was taking care of your health.
Go eat that food at school. Don't tell anyone about it. So that was elementary school for us. Up until the last grade or whatever in elementary school. Because after that, then middle school came, and that was when the pride thing sunk in with me too. And I was just like, I'm not gonna go get free lunch. Yeah, Dad, I know you made us qualify for it, but I'm not getting that. I'm not standing in that line over there. I have too much pride at school now. I have to show them other kids that we have money. So I would have to force my dad to give me lunch money, so I could go to the snack bars and buy the cool food, not the free lunch food.
That is a very valid fear. Back then,
it is. Back then,
the opinion of your peers was everything.
I really could not look poor. Mm-hmm. I looked like I was way wealthier than I was. Is what I'm trying to say. Middle school and from grades 7th to 12th, I had to look Like, I came from money. It was very important to me. So I would never go to the free lunch. In fact, I would act like I don't get it. And then sometimes I'd be like, oh, you guys are having that today? Um, I'll pay you if you give me yours. Like, buy one of the free lunches off of another kid, a poor kid who
Uh-huh.
got the free lunch, just so I could have their lunch. But I had to make sure that everyone knew that I paid for it. Not that I stood in their line. I would never get caught dead in that free lunch line. I don't know. I sound bad,
No,
but
you're just being normal. You're
I
concerned
couldn't.
about.
When
Look,
I finally got self-conscious at age 12, I couldn't deal with. Yeah, sorry.
I feel you.
So, and I still kind of have that today. So that's when we were just now talking about if we're going to ever like apply for the Medicaid program. If my job decides you don't get health insurance anymore because you moved to Florida and you didn't tell us, um, then and we do get that, because I know we would qualify, since at this point we're not showing any real income. We don't
Right.
have W-2s.
Well, there's a lot that's involved there that I'd rather not, we don't share on camera.
Okay, we'll make sure that we take that off. But
So
anyway, so since we don't, you know, since we probably can get that, and like I immediately click like that level of hesitation, like, wait a second, we can do that, but we just won't tell anyone. We'll just keep it secret if we do.
as far as the healthcare
If
coverage,
anyone
right?
asks, we can find an actual health insurance price that other people are paying, and then we'll just tell them we're paying that for health insurance.
So what? Or the original what brought up this conversation was the fact that you used to be ashamed to tell people that you're on public health coverage, but now it seems like the older that we've gotten and the more informed that we've gotten, me personally, I don't. It's a bragging. I would brag about the fact that I'm on public coverage and it's meeting my needs. Now, if it wasn't meeting my needs, I'll talk shit. I'll talk crap about it, and I'll make sure I tell everybody not to get on it. So it's a whole different change in mindset. And
It is a different change in mindset. If you actually really think about it, everyone should have public health insurance. The government actually should be giving that to
off of
us.
our taxpayer
And
dollars,
it
right?
really doesn't, yeah, for our taxpayer dollars, it really shouldn't even matter what your income is. It doesn't mean you're poor. The government should be taking care of us. It should do something for
So
us.
you are for Medicare for all.
Yeah, I definitely am.
Okay. Yeah, I believe that we should have universal coverage. It's insane that you have third world countries that have universal health care, and we here in the
Yeah,
United States, you have to the average American is taxed for medical coverage. Something that is going to happen. We're all going to fall sick, or we're all going to need some type of health care. That should be number one thing that taxpayer dollars should take care of. That's basic need. And the fact that we look at healthcare and the pharmaceutical industry as an opportunity for profit just tells you everything wrong about how we practice capitalism in this country.
hmm,
we
yeah,
we've lost our moral compass. It's not even
right.
it's not even when you talk about moral, it seems so high tight, like high and super righteous. But the fact is, healthcare should not be a profit business.
Well, okay, there are two actual like extreme schools of thought on this topic.
All right.
And to be honest, I think it would be a good idea to choose either or extreme, because I think either or has its benefits, and it could, it would really benefit society. But the problem with America is that we're like in the middle. We
Mm-hmm.
have elements of both, and it's created this system that, oh, okay. So the social justice side is everything you just said. The government should be paying for us. It's a social responsibility of our society and our governments to take care of us. And they should. Healthcare should be like water. It's just because it's a human need. We
It's a
all have
basic
to
need.
have healthcare.
We're
We
paying
all
for
have to
it
have
though.
water.
We're paying
We,
for it through taxes, which is
yeah,
fine. I'm pretty sure most people will be fine with paying more in taxes if their health care is guaranteed their healthcare coverage is guaranteed by the government,
Mhm.
and the best care. I mean, we have some of the best medical care in this country, advanced,
We have
researched.
in this country, we are the most advanced actually in the world globally. The problem is not all
None of us can
the
access
best
that level of care.
healthcare um, um, is very exclusive.
Yeah,
So
which is a
um,
shame.
it is. We have a lot of people who are not getting the care that they actually need.
Mhm.
But anyway, so the other school of thought, the market justice side, is basically that everyone 100% should take full responsibility for our health.
Okay.
Just and you can have basic health and pay for basic prices, or you can go expensive and buy like the Mercedes Benz of healthcare for yourself.
I'd
You
say
should be
Rolls
able to
Royce.
do
Mercedes
all of
Benz
it.
is kind of watered down brand now at
It
this
is
point.
actually. It's just slightly above, like slightly upper middle class ish. So that would be
Yes.
like the slightly upper middle class ish prices for healthcare, and then you got the Rolls Royces and all that.
All right.
But you get
I
it.
get your point.
Anyway, so what that would do, and the reason why that would also be a good idea if we were just like, let's have a full free market for healthcare. Healthcare can be part of the free market, and there's that way the government doesn't regulate too hard on it. Maybe only just with safety regulations and
Mhm.
whatnot, but
Safety, yeah.
not necessarily with allocating resources and whatnot. Like make the government stay completely out of it, because then the laws of supply and demand would kick in, and you would have healthcare prices come down so much. And the reason why is because it has to be affordable for regular people now. They have to compete.
Right.
The doctors, the hospitals, everyone out there has to start competing right now. Right now, healthcare is so overpriced,
No.
and the reason why it is because the government won't mind its business. The government steps in. We have lobbyists. We have
Well, it's not just the government, but it's the pharmaceutical
the
industry
pharmaceutical
and
industry,
insurance
everything like
industry.
that. But they are able to
Corporations.
kind of like manipulate laws, like the rules, in their favor. It's a lot. So
See, but you know what I think, that up there at that level, in those boardrooms, in those conversation rooms, they don't even see it as immoral. That's just their business practice,
yeah.
their business model. They're just trading among
And we'll
themselves.
see, and they don't even care
But
because
there's
we have insurance. We have insulation now.
there's
No one
collateral damage.
exactly.
These are people's lives are affected here.
No one without insurance. Insurance is the primary channel through which people are able to access care. If we don't have health insurance, then we literally will die.
Yeah,
No,
it's
because
a
we don't
matter of
have
life
any
and death.
access to care. But if they made it so that it were, let's take out the insulation,
Mhm.
right? And let's make it so that people have to just pay normal people prices. It would start to normalize, like healthcare would normalize to the point where it's normal for it's an easy thing for middle class Americans to purchase, just like cars used to be luxury, right? Only rich people can have them when they first came out, and somehow it normalized to where everyone has a car. Middle class and higher are able to finance brand new cars, pretty much. You even have people who are very poor and they also have cars, or they have some mode of transportation at least. So it's so normalized now, and it's affordable. It's affordable for most people to purchase a car somehow.
Yeah.
It's obtainable. They have access. So
So it's not really equal access when they
it's
say,
not equal access.
what they really mean is you can get into a hospital, you can walk into a hospital. Don't mean they're gonna treat you. You have access to the hospital, like you can drive by the hospital and look at
Well, if
it.
you have transportation access, yeah, you can.
You
But
can look at it and observe it, but you
you don't
don't
have access to healthcare.
you're not necessarily gonna get that top tier health medical care when you need it.
I think it would improve access if we either go full on market justice philosophies and just like
I know what you mean.
make
Like,
it super cheap or super affordable for people, or if we take the opposite route and make it free for everyone and the government pays for everything.
mhm.
Either or, it would be I think, allow almost universal access to healthcare for everyone. Right now, we just have partial access.
Screw that. Let's talk about
So,
something else.
okay.
What was that movie we were watching? Oh, the new Netflix original show,
No, it's not a
Them.
net. Is it? No, it's not Netflix. I think it's Amazon Prime.
Oh yeah, you're right. It's an
Yeah.
Amazon Prime movie
Yeah, it's called
or
Them.
series. It's called Them, and it's pretty good acting, pretty good. Like the complexities there, everything that
It
you
was very
expect.
well done,
Yeah,
I believe. You fell asleep through a lot of it.
I fall asleep on anything that's
Yeah,
not
that's true.
action movie. The only thing that
That's
keeps me
true.
awake is like an action thriller where there's a lot of explosions and stuff.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, but I caught most of it. I caught the gist of it.
Right.
I was awake for most of it. I caught
Okay.
maybe like 95% of it. That's
Okay.
pretty good. So,
That's pretty good, just so you know.
all right.
Okay, what do you
Um,
have to say about it?
Spoiler alert. This is a very well made movie. It's like a Jordan Peele type of movie. I likened it to Get Out and
Yeah.
Us, especially Us. Um, it's just seem like dark horror, a lot of
Mm-hmm.
symbolisms
Yeah.
and a lot of things that are happening that don't necessarily literally mean what you're watching. You can have it leaves a lot of room for interpretation. Each scene keeps you glued to your seat. You can't predict the next scene, the story, every character in the film is explored and given agency. You're allowed to understand to go along the journey. It
Yeah.
plays out in different
Mm-hmm.
generations, right? Like,
Well,
or even different
it's
times.
just, yeah, different time frames. So it does play. It follows this one family.
Mhm.
So you show. Well, it shows that, okay, many of the episodes of this thing, it shows flashbacks. Like what happened before. So as you go throughout, like, well, the whole movie is about the first 10 days that this family lives in this new home.
Okay.
Okay. And so pretty much every episode or most of the episodes show like what happened each day. But at the same time, each episode um there's just so much in there that you may not even understand why certain things are happening. So they do a lot of flashback episodes as well, where it kind of explains why the daughter says this a lot, or why the mom is acting crazy, and what this curse that kind of like kind of shows up, what is the deal with that, or how that even started. And then it's also kind of like throughout the whole thing, even though you kind of it starts to come together with all the different flashbacks, at the same time, you're still guessing. You're
Uh-huh.
still not sure, is this person crazy? Is that person crazy? Is everyone a little crazy? Are they really seeing things? Do these things actually exist? Are they actually happening?
Yeah.
Or is this just a whole big play on mental health and racism combined? Like, there's a lot of thinking involved, and then it starts to fall apart in the end, and then a lot of things start to really come together.
Yeah.
Why the characters are seeing certain things,
Right.
what is
They
actually
they
happening.
start tying a bow on the strings and
Yeah,
wrapping things up.
but there's so much. There was
Even
just
at the end, it still leaves a lot of
it
loose
does.
ends, which I think you're gonna see another season of it.
Right.
There's plenty unexplained. Um, this story is intriguing. It's amazing. It's very dark, and certain scenes are like,
Very
damn, I can't
disturbing,
believe
and
I
you're just
actually
like,
watched that happen.
yeah, because you're just like, wow, this is like a life-changing, just a scene.
Like the one scene that I can't get out of my head is the one involving the baby
Me too.
at the
Like, it
beginning.
just plays over and
It's
over
like,
in my head, and
and
it's like sick.
it's sick, it's disturbing, and it's meant to to
They're
to latch
really,
onto your
oh my
memory,
gosh.
because even with the sound, what they're saying, and the
Hmm.
visuals, it's hard not to forget that scene throughout the entire movie.
Yeah.
That whole thing is it's an interesting one. It's a must watch. It's the title of the movie is Them, and it's a Amazon Prime. If you see it and you found it interesting, feel free to share your thoughts on the movie, and let's open a discussion about it, because that's one I think for one I think it's an award uh
It
caliber
should
type
be.
of
I would be
movie.
surprised if it weren't. Yeah.
That's for one, and second of all, just it's one that you could write a whole open a forum on, where people just have
Hmm.
a conversation on the different layers of it for people who care about movies and the art of it, because it's not very often that Hollywood gives you something like that. Obviously, those aren't even Hollywood characters. I mean, the actors.
Yeah.
The
I don't,
most of them are new.
yeah, I think
I
most of them
haven't
are.
seen them before.
Yeah.
So Hollywood is still on that cotton paste commercial garbage that just rides on stereotypes, tired tropes. But every now and then you catch a gem like this with a good script and a good director and amazing cast that makes you appreciate the art of audio visual, movies and the storytelling involved, and how people can tell a linear story. One writer can tell a linear story, and then someone else can add so many layers. It's like they're a Lego, and they're building this scene, and they're taking you along with the journey and teaching you a lot of things about yourself too while you're watching it, because you start to your your senses are exposed to certain things that you've never seen before.
Hmm.
You've thought about them, but you've never even considered imagining what that scene would look like, because of how gruesome and offensive it is. That you
Yeah.
just like, I would never imagine this is what happens if I were to watch this, right?
Yeah.
But this movie will force you to watch something like that, and it's like, boom, here we are. It's
Yeah.
sneak.
You're
There's no
gonna see
warning.
some things.
There's no warning. It's just like, boom, okay, here we are. Reality or act. It's a must watch. Enjoy. Um, look at me all here promoting the movie like I have a cut.
Surprised you're all excited about it.
I am, because I appreciate uh, quality stuff.
Uh
Good
huh.
quality. When you see so much garbage on Main Street media,
Uh huh.
you appreciate quality when you see one.
Yeah.
Someone and good quality is something that's very well done, tenderly done, and the people behind it, whether it's the the folks behind the visuals or the folks between the audio and the actors themselves, the way they allow themselves to completely immerse into the scene, into the story, like they're believable. You almost feel like, okay, these people are not acting; they're living this thing.
Hmm.
You forget completely that you're watching a movie. It's like you're in that scene with them at that particular. It's like, wow. But then every now and then you catch the gimmicks. The every now and then it's like the writer forces themselves on you. Their personality is like, I'm here. I'm the one writing this. Y'all
Mm.
better recognize me.
So who do you think?
Because like when you're watching a scene that's clearly set in like the 1930s or so, right?
Yeah.
And then they're playing Jay-Z, or they're playing what was that rap music that they started playing at one point? Hip hop. I'm like, okay,
Yeah. It was. Wasn't that a Snoop song? And
yeah,
Stupid Dr. J was
da
like
da
at the
da da
very
da.
end. Yeah, that one. Yeah.
In the thought, and it was the scene was like a scene. that would happen, like a mic drop scene, like
Exactly.
a Thug Life scene.
The character had that look in his face, like he already knew that was gonna be the music.
Yeah.
For that
that particular scene. So the play it was well played. And you know the Thug Life meme, right? Where the cat, the glasses appear in their face and it says Thug Life because they did something super cool.
Okay, yeah, I get that.
Anyway, all that in one package, one census arresting package called Them. I have a feeling that Jordan Peele has something to do with it.
I feel like it,
we
never actually looked any of the information up, so we don't know. We could be going, I wonder if it is, and it is
because
this whole time.
It's got his,
I don't know.
It's got his style written all over it.
It's a lot. It's very like him. I wouldn't be surprised, but I don't know. Why don't we just look it up right now? I mean, why are we just like putting this off?
Who is the director of the series Them?
How did they know we were? Google knew we were talking about them.
Because someone's probably looked it up.
Hey, Google's listening to us. Can you hit it so we can
find out?
No, I'm just saying. What the heck?
Oh, it is. Yeah, there it is. Who wrote it?
I don't even know. So television directors.
Nobody.
There's no way those are all the directors. What?
Ryan Murphy, Nelson Craig. Okay. So basically, Nelson Craig.
Nelson Craig.
I don't know what he's done before, but the artwork in this movie is just it's already won an award.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a lot. No, its release date is in April.
It's filmed in LA. It's an amazing performance, guys. That's all it comes down to. Just go see it.
Yeah, it's really go see it. Just
turn it on. Turn it on. Stream it.
Yeah, stream it.
All right. That's it for us. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Share the content, like the video, subscribe to our channel if you like this type of content, and we'll see you next time.